And good morning, everybody. Welcome to a special OCS event. I am Dan Tartaglione, also known as D Tartag1. Joining me today is the man himself, Garrett Larson, Mr. Deadbody out of Minnesota. I think you're in Minnesota, right?
Yep, Minnesota, born and bred.
So, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right. I'm staying downstairs because we've already got snow out and
Ooh.
about the last week of sitting at work watching it snow through the office window. I'm not as much a fan of,
Mm-hmm.
but no, I'm doing well. Up in the morning, get the day off work. Figured this would be a fun way to spend it, watching some couple amazing Star Wars players
I think they're
play against
okay.
each other. I mean, I've heard they're good.
Yeah, it's
So
it's a little known fact that both these players are really good. Uh, we have this is going to be a pretty good final for what I'm expecting to see. We have two three-time world champs. Both of them won the OCS. Both are in the Hall of Fame. We have Justin Desai versus Bastian Winkelhaus. America versus Germany. What more could you ask for an OCS Finals at this point?
I mean, this is going to be tough to beat, and especially on a day where most of our American players are off work and able to just, hey, let's get up early and
Mm-hmm.
watch some super high level play. And the last big tournament before the tweak set
Yeah.
kind of comes into play, which is going to, I've been watching that. And
And it looks like the players are ready, so let's go ahead and get into the game. Uh, Justin has decided to go with light side, so let me go ahead and fix that. And I got to fix the logo up there.
all right.
So here we go. Justin playing light side, Bastion playing dark. We have okay. This is gonna be fun.
Wow.
Bring It Before Me versus Hitco. Not a match that I was expecting.
I mean, Bring Him doesn't shock me. I know Bastion played the Silence is Golden Bring Him at
Mm,
Euros and has been playing around with that. Hitco was not on my radar.
no,
That was
I agree.
this will be interesting because Hitco's normal power of not giving up Luke right away until you have two cards stacked. I mean, Bastion's going to be trying to stack quickly here
Yeah,
and definitely should have a chance to do so. So this will be an interesting match. I'm
I will agree with you 100%.
It's not often I get, a little bit stunned into silence, as many people will attest to, but Hitco was not the deck I expected to see. So I'm looking forward a lot to seeing this. So
Okay, Bastion
Bastion
going,
pulls a grabber
and he
right
is
away.
playing. It looks like he is playing Silence is Golden, so we're expecting to see the BB9 droids. And I know that we had the tweak set spoiled and everything. There is going to be some changes to this Bring It Before Me deck, so I'm kind of glad to see it for essentially the last time in really high level play.
Yeah, this is a deck that's definitely getting hit hard by the tweak set. And, having played it and played against it, I think it's a valid, you know, BB9 does a little too much for the deck with setting up to lose duels and then win. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea of the either high or low destiny. I like, Lightside does that with R2 and BB8, but for Dark Side, that was the deck did a little bit too much, but it's definitely fun to play and being able to watch it played by a master one last time. Looks like Bastion got a nice quick start though with the Blockade flagship
Yeah.
from hand and actually the Droid Workshop from hand as well.
Yeah, that's a really solid start.
I mean, you'd like to see the Droid Workshop in reserve just because anytime you open hand a card you've got a free pull for, it feels bad because it takes away something else you'd rather have. You knew
Mm-hmm.
you could get it. So Bastion just cycling the accelerate. Although there's not a lot of effects that deck's really going to run that he needs. I mean, it'll have Faithful, maybe. I mean, it'll have Faithful, but he certainly doesn't need to accelerate for it.
I mean, you might want to get like the Phantom Menace just to give you. I mean, if you're playing Phantom Menace, like at least one copy to give some protection for your Maul.
Yeah, Phantom Menace and Blast controls, but he might also be looking at, if he's got if he really hit the perfect opening hand and got wow, he had Emperor's Power in hand too. That's one more. Yeah, I
I
didn't
was
see
gonna
him
say,
pulling. So
yeah. If that's the case, then that's taken away a little bit from his hand.
yeah, that's actually kind of an unfortunate hand. It's okay. He had the Forlom as well, so he didn't want to pay
No,
3 to
that's a good one.
accelerate. I don't know what the last couple cards are, but on a whole, I think Bastion's got a solid hand here.
Definitely.
So, and being able to start 4-lumbing right away.
There's the Incinerator. That's going to eventually allow him to start recycling all those droids that he puts away with Silence is Golden. Now, if he gets if he's able to get out the Force Servitude quick, that's going to be good, really good for him. Then he can just ditch droids for the any Force loss. But I don't see. I mean, the only location you might want to put it to is like maybe one of Justin's docking bays if he's playing Yoda's hut. Maybe there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bastion's got to wait on Forced until he's got a good place to put it. Yeah, if Bastion puts, or if Justin puts out Yoda's hut, that'd be a good spot. But I feel like Justin might not do that if he doesn't desperately need that Force, just because it also gives away such a juicy spot. And otherwise, like maybe you throw it at the Jedi Council chamber and just force Justin to drop a guy there.
Yeah.
Well, at a site you don't care about.
Well, with him playing Insurrection High, like that's going to give him 2 docking bays, and it looks like Justin was able to pull the Home 1 docking bay, and he had the Profundity docking bay in his hand. So,
yeah,
both players are starting with a lot of cards that they can pull in their opening hand.
Yeah, that's not ideal for either one of them, honestly.
No, definitely not. But one thing that might come into play this game is the Emperor's Power. They can't force right here, but while the Emperor is here, opponent's characters are deployed +2 to all Death Star 2 sites. So with the Chasm Walkway and the 2-1 that I cannot remember the name of right now, making your Rebels deploy +2 there is not necessarily a good thing for Justin. And I know that's getting fixed in the tweak set.
I'm not sure either of those honestly come into play too aggressively. Like, I think this is going to end up being a battle over Ewok Village, or Ewok Village.
Yeah, just like in the movies.
Yeah, that's but I think with these 2 decks, it's going to be whoever blinks first and starts setting and gets that set up first, and then the other person's just got to go at them. And I think Ewok Village is the spot to try and make that stand. And then I think a lot of it's just going to depend on whose tricks hit first. Although there comes Phantom Menace, so we might see them all.
Yeah.
That might be prepping just to deploy it and get that card out of your hand, because you don't see a lot of out of commission combos anymore. That used to be a fun way to blow up Phantom Menace when people weren't paying attention. But it could also be for Bastion just to get a card out of his hand.
Yeah.
Stay under Grimtash range. And
I think you're right, because he does draw a few cards there. He's got 12 cards in his hand right now, and he saves 7. So right off the bat, like he could have a potential big turn next turn. I don't know.
I think that's the way you have to play this matchup. And honestly, like Justin saved a bunch as well. And that's the way you have to play this matchup. Is you can't go lightly. If he puts down just 1 or 2 characters, you're asking to get hurt.
That's a good point.
That's Bastion's going to have a bunch of power and crazy high destinies, and Justin's going to have a bunch of battle tricks with, likely clashes and sorries and everything else. So you have to, Justin plays a docking bay and
draws 2
saves.
and passes. He's got
Draws to
13
12.
saved.
This is they're both making me look smart. I mean, I'm saying you save up, you need to come down with a squad, and that's exactly what they're both,
Yeah. No, I mean, one
you know,
advantage for Bastian.
telegraphing.
I was going to say one advantage for Bastian to this point is that he has Forlom on the table. He's able to start cycling cards. Like Justin doesn't have access to. I don't think he does have access to 3PO. Yep. No
Yeah,
access
can't
to
deploy
3PO.
episode 1 characters.
And
Yeah, I mean, he's got, like my father before me, is his 3PO workaround where he's setting cards down, but he's got to have Luke on table to do it.
true.
So, and there's Choke Lord Vader, which is,
Might
you
be
know,
good.
at the Ewok Village.
Might be good. There's the saber. Little
I mean, those
surprise.
6.5s are going to be pretty good against,
True.
you know, against everybody but Jedi Masters. In fact, that 6.5 will choke out his
Yeah.
disobedient son. That'll be that's going to make things real interesting.
Yeah. But like you were saying, Justin might have some battle tricks such as Clash and sorry about the mess, which that Vader is not immune to. I mean, if he was playing like the Darth Vader Emperor's Enforcer, that Vader is immune to both those tricks, and that's a good out for. That's what Justin was going to want to do is use those tricks to get rid of some of these bigger characters.
And that's what he's going to have to do, and you just have to assume Bastian knows that as well. Although now that's a little bit of a surprise. Bastian just drops Vader and draws a couple.
And he does draw over. He gets over 12.
I definitely expected to see another character with Vader. Although going alone is the other side of avoiding a lot of those tricks.
True.
You know, you just leave the guy alone there. Like Justin's still got to come down because Vader sitting there right now is power 6, a swing, a choke, and 2 destiny with Emperor's power.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's still kind of a powerhouse. And Hitco doesn't have access to Padme, so you're not canceling Vader's choke ability.
Oh, here we go. R2-D2 going down to the throne room.
That might be why Justin was saving so much force, because, yeah, this is going to get expensive.
Yeah, it did cost some 4 force for that droid. Here we go. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight going down as well.
And that's just a straight 6 because of, like my father before me, so he gets around the Emperor's power +2.
Like my father before me, that's going to allow him to get a saber. There's the lightsaber. And it is the virtual R2-D2.
So he makes it into a battleground, which is good. I don't know if Bastian, I mean, I won't say Bastian wasn't expecting that. That's kind of a, that's all you can do type thing.
Well, now that it's a battleground,
checking his destiny to an extent too. Well, he already checked his destiny because he's sabered. But he went and got Unita so he could.
Unita.
Unita.
Now it gets around.
Because now it's a battleground and now he blanks the +2.
Yep. Smart move.
Justin's good at this game. We should probably learn from him.
You would think at this point people would learn from Justin Desai or Bastian. But, I mean...
Yeah.
Okay, daughter of Skywalker coming down.
Daughter.
Now, you got to be wary of the
Skywalkers wouldn't shock me here just because it also cancels barrier, so it's generally a card you can throw a copy in and not feel real bad about having.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's...
And if you're Bastian, you might not want to come back, like... Okay, Han Solo Optimistic General, that's going to allow Destiny and a power here.
Yep, and grab an extra card. Oh, takes the 1 from reserve and puts the 7 back on top as he revealed Obi with saber and Luke's bionic hand.
No surprises there.
How do you say, I hope Bastian has a gick in German? Like, that might So this one might need to,
Oh, there's the do or do not.
because
And
I've, like I said, I played this deck some. I've watched a lot of versions of it. A
you're
ton
up.
of them. Not all of them have
Uh
had Gick. He's up by 15. Up, Justin
oh, he does. He says,
forgot
"Oops." Okay,
something,
yeah, he clearly forgot something. Bastion allows him to take the revert. That's a surprise.
and Justin started a battle again and said that's new. I'm not sure.
Maybe to the revert.
I'm
Let's see what they're saying. Let's see what they.
Oh, free as a choice. Okay. There's
Huh.
somewhere I'm missing on the
Yeah, because on the zero side, you're allowed to may initiate for free.
oh, May for free. Yeah.
So with
Yep.
it being a May, you could spend the one if you want to, or you could just spend zero. So that's
Yep.
interesting.
That was I remember reading about that. That was one of some of the Gimp slicers fixed some of those where they were optional,
Mm-hmm.
but Gimp just treated them as mandatory because they felt they were always beneficial.
That makes sense.
And there's spots where, there might be times where you actually just say, no, I want to use a force to battle. Like
Yeah.
you want to cycle and move that force. So yeah, this is gonna be
not.
spicy. If Bastion doesn't have a Gick, this may.
I mean, he's got a 13 card hand. He's got 11 saved. I mean, you think he's got like maybe a masterful. He's got something.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens here.
Yeah. But
So it's
action is on Bastion. He passes. Okay, Luke takes a shot or swings his lightsaber at the Emperor. Draws a 7 for the first Destiny
yep,
and a 5. So the Emperor is going to be sliced and diced, just like in Rise of Skywalker.
yep. And I'm assuming Bastion powers here just to try and take two characters off the table.
Yep.
Would be my assumption.
Uses his Emperor's game text. I'm imagining Justin has something here, as he deploying the do or do not shield tells me he's got like maybe a Skywalker's or something.
Yeah, that's
He uses Solo's game text to add a Destiny 2 power.
could just be he was playing shields and wanted to make sure and get it out there too.
Okay, that's a good move.
That's a solid play.
That's a
I like
solid
that.
play. Force push to exclude the Emperor and Han Solo from the battle. Does it after the Emperor is hit, so.
Well, he didn't have an option because
Yeah.
they got to swing first. So,
I mean, doing it after the Emperor is hit, though, is really good because you don't take anything. Like, I mean, either way, like the Emperor's now gone, so you don't have to. He's still lost, so he's not going to stick around on Bastion's turn. But
yep.
Justin does play Fall of the Legend V to take a card from his use pile into hand. He's got 23 cards to choose from. That's insane.
I think he's got some choices there, and I'm just waiting to see if Bastion's going to take Palpatine into hand with him being just lost, or
because he can just
nope.
go. Yeah, he does not take Palpatine into hand. That's interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
Where do you go with Palpatine? That's the question.
And that's kind of the thing, but so. But actually, if he'd taken him into hand, I think he would have stopped Follow the Leader being used, or Follow the Legend being used as well. So he says if he's about to be lost, take him into hand instead.
Oh,
Which would mean he's no longer just lost.
Yeah.
So, it'd be.
But I'm pretty sure these players understand that a little bit more than we do.
Yeah. And it could just be Bastion didn't want to clog up his hand. True. With an Emperor he's definitely not putting back down.
Yeah, I mean, the Emperor could go back down, but you run the risk of spies coming down.
Yeah.
And
but like
but with
And
but with like Luke, Leia, and Han over there, what's the risk? Like
yeah, and that's kind of what I want to see how Bastion goes about this right now, because you're going to have that drain of, he's staring at a drain of 3 there
mm-hmm.
right now.
Yeah.
And
And
I mean,
but I mean,
that's a lot of power.
Prophecy's going to be bouncing around too. I mean, Luke not at the Endor Village means that he can't really just stick it
Yeah.
there, drain for 3. So, okay, forced servitude on the table at the Endor Village, or the Ewok Village.
Okay.
So that's a good place to put it. I mean, with you when you have Vader there, now he can start
Yeah.
putting droids down for force loss. So instead of losing 3, he just loses 1 droid.
Yeah. Especially with a lot of Justin's power sitting at the throne room.
Mm-hmm.
Like and Justin's own insurrection means he can't get a neighboring beat down in. I'm sure he's got a first aid to get the guys out of there at some point, but that's going to take time to get and time to set up. So
yeah, Ventress
there's a
going down
Saj to
to
the
the incinerator.
incinerator, so you can start retrieving the droids.
Mm-hmm. And
And
he
wouldn't
does get
shock me to see
around
a coward pull here
for Justin, or for
for Bastion, just to
maybe not. Like, and the other reason I'm saying maybe not is it's a battleground, so you don't block the drain in reality, uh, and Justin is on the 0 side of his objective, so he's not retrieving there. The only real retrieval he has is Walkling, and I don't think you're going to worry about draining or retrieving 1 at this point in the game. I'd say just give yourself a shield, like leave yourself the shield pool.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I'm just kind of looking at the shields and what's in play, and also not sure Bastion's got 2 more shields he's definitely gonna want to play here.
True, especially with battle plan on the table already.
Battle plan's already in play. Do or do not's already in play, so he's not going to play another sense shield. So
maybe
I mean, you have 3 potential shields left to play that might come into play. You'd have secret plans, you'd have coward, and you'd have code clearance.
I would say also you want to protect against your weapons being stolen.
Yeah,
like that would be advantageous for. That'd be really bad.
Yeah,
for
no, stealing Vader's
Bastion.
saber would be bad. That'd be the other one to maybe sit on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but glad to have everybody watching this morning in this last game of the OCS Finals. Again, Justin Desai versus Bastian Winkelhaus. What more could you ask for? Just as a reminder, today is the last day to sign up for the 2023 gift exchange that Ming has put together. He's been doing it every year now, so again, thanks to Ming for doing it. But today is the last day to sign up for that. All you got to do is go into the forums, onto the general section of the forums, and click on the link, fill out a Google form, and then boom, you're into that.
that's a fun thing to do too. I participated in that last year, and it's fun seeing the creativity of all our community players, with autographed cards and fun art, and just, we got a lot of good people.
We do.
Who play Star Wars now, so.
And it looks like Justin did just drain.
Justin just drained and drew.
Yeah. I mean, he did move the Prophecy of the Force, which was good.
Yeah, well, that moves when he drains, and then it's going to move right back when.
And Bastion's just going to be able to, just like you said, drain. He's going to be able to drain here and then retrieve that droid he lost to the drain.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Bastion is not in a bad situation at all.
No, I mean, Bastion's did the secondary part. Okay, getting accelerate grabbed there, Justin.
I,
I don't really hate that play. There's not
yeah,
a ton of other interrupts that this dark side's going to be trying to abuse and cycle, and stopping those fives from just never ending and Bastion being able to track them is not a bad play.
agreed. I mean, you might want to grab like the force field if he's playing that in this deck, but at the same time, like I highly doubt it. Like, I mean, well, I
Yeah,
don't highly
there's
doubt it, but I mean,
the versions of this deck I've played and seen don't run a lot of force field.
mm-hmm.
They're not running like Sith Furies, the other one they might run one or two of, but again, it's just not. There are times where you really want to grab a super impactful interrupt
Mm-hmm.
and you want to wait and say, nope, I know I need to grab this super impactful interrupt.
Yeah,
And then there's games like this where it's going to be swung on battles, and being able to just stop your opponent from always knowing where a five
yeah,
is pretty strong,
yeah.
you know? So I don't hate that grab.
And Justin lost Run Luke Run and Fly Casual and Jedi and Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight out of his hand. And that's all Bastion does. So not really an exciting game at this point if you think about it. Like both players after that R2D2, Luke, Leia, and Han. I wouldn't even say it was a beatdown.
It
Like
was an attempt at one for sure,
yeah,
and then he just dodged it with the force push, and now they're
and
staring at each other a little bit. But I
there
kind of
goes
like
another Forlom.
this is, on the one hand, like you said, there's not a lot of action. On the other hand, they are definitely building towards something impactful, and I'm a
Yep,
big
here we go.
fan of that. Here's to shut off the droid retrieval, which is definitely something Justin needs to do here.
Yeah. And if
So,
he finds like a perimeter scan or Hear Me Baby hold together, he can get out his coward shield at some point. Okay.
I mean, like we talked about with the coward, now there's a force field,
There's the
not
force
meaning
field.
a lot to Bastion. Simple Tricks is frankly worthless against Bastion because if he's going to be retrieving a droid, he's going to have those two battlefields.
And there's the blaster reflection, so both
All right, so
players.
attrition's going to get him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
And I mean, the
Simple
thing is,
Tricks
though, I
does
mean,
nothing.
Bastion is down by one in power, but
Yeah.
and Bastion doesn't grab the deflection. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. Like normally in this matchup, you would think like you want to grab the deflection, but at the same time, like you were saying about the
I'm
force field, it's not it's impactful, but is it better to get something else? Like you were saying,
yeah,
the first aid Odin Nestler combo.
and especially now that you know he's played at least one, like again, the blaster deflection there is nice.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that impactful of
Yeah.
a play because Obi's going to die to attrition,
Yep. And
and
Ventress is going to die to attrition, and
yeah,
he's not really losing any power here. Like he's down
you
by
know, like my
three.
guess is Justin didn't know he had the seven up there,
Mm-hmm.
which would have been he was really just trying to avoid taking overflow.
I don't know. This is Justin. I mean, this is a guy who at World says he drew two sixes at back to back because he was able to stack it and everything. So at this point, I'm not holding anything. But like, I wouldn't be surprised either way. But he
Yeah.
does stack a card, and he stacks Darth Maul with lightsaber from hand. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, this deck's gonna run three or four mauls, and you only need him a couple times.
True.
But like that doesn't necessarily shock me. I think I would. Well, I guess Bastion needed to avoid the overflow with Asajj
Yeah.
because I would have loved to see the force field to protect Lord Maul.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because I
Because
mean,
with Lord Maul and Phantom Menace, you force field him, he's not going away.
true. And the other thing is like, I like the force field, or I like the force field from Bastion's point, because Ventress doesn't just make a guy forfeit equals 0. She only makes it forfeit -3.
Yeah.
So, and Stimpy is asking in the chat, just playing around the UR beaten / sniper. Maybe. I think that is definitely a possibility, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, I don't remember this deck playing many copies of that card.
Yeah, you're beating and sniper. There might be one total of those two cards in this deck. I don't think you're going to see much more than that because they're kind of bad destiny.
Yeah.
And this deck is kind of predicated on drawing huge destiny all the time.
Okay, so
You know, so those 2s and 3s are actually real bad.
they take away from the fact that you can play 6 or 7 of the BB9 droid.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
Bastion did drain. Justin lost 2 Anakin Skywalker Vs from his hand, and then he retrieved one with Prophecy of the Force. Bastion went ahead and played Lord Maul with Lightsaber and Grand Admiral Thrawn V down to the Incinerator. So he stocked himself again with being able to retrieve the droids, and he came down with a guy with the lightsaber. So now he's essentially draining for 4 next turn,
and
and
he's
he's
got
retrieving.
well, and he's also got um command now in play at both
Mm-hmm.
sites as
Yeah,
well, which is definitely something that deck's going to run
yeah.
and make it a little harder for Justin again.
Tempting to drain for 3. There goes a BB9E.
Yep. And that actually might be where I guess Bastion must be figuring he's not going to win enough battles to turn Luke here.
No,
So, because that would have
no.
been the other reason to keep Palpatine is just have a shot at it, but he might never be able to deploy him again to the throne room. So
Yeah.
you're not even trying at this point.
And that's the thing. Like, I feel like this BB or this
There's
Brandon
Obi with
Fleury deck
Saber
wants to.
there.
This might be. I mean, why go to the Incinerator at this point? I mean, Maul is immune to attrition and forfeit plus or defense value +2. I mean, I know you
Yeah,
play a lot of 6s and 7s in this Hitco, but you've already lost a few Lukes at this point. I
it's
mean,
still not an easy hit at Maul.
no, yeah, exactly. And Vader's a little easier. Okay, there's a Yoda Keeper of the Peace. I like that because now that stops the Imperial Command.
Yeah, but I mean, Bastion's still up 4 in power,
Mm-hmm.
and his destiny are also crazy good. All right, swinging at Grievous to mean the 5 will kill Vader.
Yeah, but you I don't think you can. Can you use Force Field with Grievous? I don't think you can.
No, I don't think you can. That's the other part of it. Is I think it's ability greater than 4.
Yeah. Well, you
So
could use it as
Grievous
a
is,
lost card because it stops
yeah,
permanent weapons. But you're. I think if you're Bastion, you want to keep. You definitely got to keep the Vader.
yeah.
So
Vader's more important.
Grievous is hit, forfeit 0. Bastion is. I think Bastion or action is on
I
Bastion.
think
Yep.
it's
See,
on. It's on.
this tells me he's got like a Lana Dobreed sacrifice combo here. Yep.
Yeah, which I don't think is like you're not going to get overflowed here because if you have to lose Vader, he's got 8 forfeit.
Yeah.
So that's save that for when it's going to be impactful.
Okay, Bastion's going to attempt to choke Vader here. Smart move. Draws
Oh,
a 5. That will not choke the Obi-Wan.
yep. So now he'll, I assume, swing at Yoda.
Yeah. And that's what
I
he's
think the only
doing.
reason you don't swing at Yoda is if you wanted to try and.
Ooh, there's another blaster
There's
reflection.
another blaster deflection. And that might have been why part of why Justin played it in that battle, with that first battle with Obi-Wan, was he had
Mm-hmm.
two, and there it's getting grabbed.
Yeah. Not surprised. I'm a little surprised by that because again, with the Yoda Nestler combo for in the first aid, you might not want to. You might want to grab that so Justin can't just teleport his stack of doom from the Death Star 2 site. But at this point,
I mean, he's gonna get the one stack travel off either
okay.
way.
And that's going to
So,
crack the immunity of Vader. So he draws a 5, uses the heading for the medical frigate that he got back with that Uni Tau.
yep.
And Bastian also draws a 5, so Obi-Wan, or I think you have to lose the Obi-Wan here. Or I think you have to lose the Vader. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, Vader's dead either way. He's got the
I'm
attrition
sorry.
to
I mean, I think you lose you have to lose the load.
Yoda.
Yes. Thank you.
I knew you were going to get there.
It just took me a little bit more than it should have.
But
Okay.
that also kills the forced,
Yeah, that's
which
important.
was definitely Justin's. Justin needed that to go away.
And there's another fault of the legend, or fault of
And yeah,
yeah, fault of the
you
legend.
have to lose Yoda simply to, because Obi-Wan can at least defend himself a little bit.
Yeah,
He's got the saber, and he's a couple more power. So when Bastion comes after him, because he's going to, because that's his only play.
yeah. I mean, we might see if Bastion can go no escape to get back that forced servitude, that would be huge here.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But I don't remember if I don't know if Bastion's playing no escape because again, that the Destiny's not that high.
Yeah,
It's a
I think
4,
he
but
is.
okay. I was gonna say it's
Yeah, but
definitely.
you also want no escape to shut down honor.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
In that deck. You need there's command just to see,
That's a
activated
little.
4 and commanded. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, that one surprises me a little bit.
And
Like if he thought,
I'm trying to think of like who else.
or he needed to know what was in those 4 cards.
That's a good point.
He might have known those 4 were something he didn't want to draw, but after that, there might be a card he's looking for.
Yeah.
Because he just 4-lombed as well. So there's definitely a card in his reserve he's looking for, but didn't know exactly where it was, maybe.
Yeah. And you got to think he's got another Vader here. I mean, having the Vader, then he can just lose a card to.
Okay, there he went. Okay, so he might have activated to go get the accelerate
And
wanted to make sure the no escape was in there.
Yeah, smart play. So
Yeah,
he's going to
really
be able to get. He's going to be able to get that forced servitude back.
I like how we managed to think through what he was doing there, though.
Yeah.
For an early morning game, I'm feeling pretty impressed that I'm not a complete idiot.
I like
We're
it.
good here.
Well, I mean, you got to think about
So he's only got.
You and I have done a lot of games recently together, so it feels good.
He's only got 8 force to work with, though, there, so he's not deploying Vader now, especially after he drains at the incinerator.
Yeah. Maybe Arica?
So,
and then playing it at like a docking bay or like
against
JCC?
Obi-Wan alone? Like, I guess?
No, you go JCC, you go Arica to the JCC.
Then Justin just plays simple tricks and says thanks.
Yeah, I don't know.
When
he's shield broken.
Is he? Did he play all those?
Yes.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, if he straight played all those, I think you're right, because I didn't remember seeing a Hear Me Baby.
Oh, he can get the Emperor. Okay, well, he can't get the Emperor from his last.
Yeah, he can't get the Emperor. He's
stupid.
I mean, I know back in the long ago with Bring Him, you'd play 2 Emperors just in case, because you don't want to miss a pull on the one. But I don't think you do that. Not in this deck anymore.
Yeah. Right now, Bastion is sitting at 21 in life force. Justin is sitting at 19. Bastion has 9 cards in hand to Justin's 10. So while
Yeah,
we're
but Justin's in a little better position right now, I think.
yeah,
Justin's got 2 battlegrounds, one of which is a drain of 3.
but again, with Bastion just getting that forced servitude back, you got to think he's going to have more droids to lose to that drain of 3. So it's not that big of an issue. Justin would only be losing 2 cards next turn, or no, Bastion would only be losing 2 cards to Justin's
Yeah.
drains. So
I mean, it depends because he's got to defend the forced servitude, and he's only got 5 force.
true.
So he's got to put down the forced servitude and put a guy to protect it. Okay, there we go. Moving Maul over there in front of Obi-Wan.
Yeah. And the other thing is
he can't put the servitude down this turn, though, which is a little unfortunate for him if that was his goal. But
yeah. I mean, the one thing is he did drain to move the prophecy of the Force, so it went from a drain of 3 down to a drain of 4 down to a drain of 3.
Yeah, and that might be why he drained, was just to.
Yeah.
Although if it's a drain of 4, if he's got the servitude, a drain of 3 or 4 doesn't make that much difference because BB's forfeit is 4.
True.
So,
but you just want to get
this is where I would expect to see a sorry.
Yeah.
From Justin. Like that would be.
But you still got.
From Justin, that's the card I really want right now.
Force field is in play here.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Bastian hasn't been drawing a lot. Like he might have been able to get around to it and forlom it, but he really has been.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's been pretty patient with his play. I mean, they've both actually been very patient.
Better players tend to be a little bit more patient.
Yeah. All right, so Bastian interrupts the activation just to forlom.
And as a reminder, the 2023 donation program is live right now. Donations will go until March, I believe. Again, check the forums for any details regarding on that. Ooh, that's a good card. Maul Strikes in the activate phase.
Solid. Trying to do it when
okay, there's the Fury.
Okay.
I like how we both go, ooh, like we're just like, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah. We're both like, Bastian must not have known he was doing that. I feel like Bastian probably did.
Yeah.
Although maybe not, because we haven't seen that card
and
at all. And 6.5.
10.5. And I don't know, like, you think that half is going to come into play here?
It certainly could. I mean, 2 5s is right in the wheelhouse.
And you can't Jedi levitation that, so
I don't think he's drawing a 10 here.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Obi-Wan is going to go lost.
And like, again, 10 was definitely in play for Justin to draw as far as Destiny went, so that half might have made a difference, but not when that second Luke Saber hit.
No. But the thing is, he plays that in the
and now Justin activates the rest
to make sure he doesn't come into the sorry about the mess combo. Crazy Carl in the chat is saying that you are in a caffeine, or your morning is being fueled by caffeine, or being that the fact that you're hungover.
It's just caffeine today. The Vikings game last night was
fun,
a nice win, so it didn't involve heavy drinking to forget.
That's
it was a fun, it was Thanksgiving yesterday for all of the people in the U.S., so everybody else goes to see family and has to drink to survive that, and I stayed home with the wife and ate lasagna, so it was actually a pretty good, it's a good start to a nice long weekend. I hope everybody's having a nice, Friday morning for all the folks on here, and we got, looks like 21 people watching live right now, which is pretty impressive. So Justin checking his Destiny. He's got those 2 in there.
And he does drain Bastion. Bastion loses Araka, Sando, Aquamonster, and a Sith Probe Droid off the top. The Prophecy moves back over to the throne room.
I mean, with Justin having only 2 cards in reserve, I don't think he's attacking anyone necessarily. I
Maybe
mean, maybe he
Thrawn.
goes after Thrawn,
Yeah.
but this would also be a good spot to just move the Doom stack and drop right on top of Maul.
Why go after Maul? He would be immune to attrition and defense value +2. I mean, I know that you're up by power, at least right now at
Because you're up
10.
by a bunch of power, and then you keep prophecy there for long term.
That's
Carl, we're
true.
not even talking about that Cowboys game. I don't remember that game. I'm fairly certain it didn't actually exist, and we're just we're pretending that didn't exist. I mean, I understand you're a OSU fan because you don't have any pro teams that are worth talking about in your state, but we're gonna
Okay,
well,
shoot.
we're just gonna let that one be. I
Okay,
did actually watch the Cowboys game yesterday as well. The Cowboys and Giants, another fun game.
yeah.
So
Okay, Chewie Protector goes down to the throne
there's
room. Ahsoka Tano goes down to the incinerator against Grand Admiral Thrawn. That's kind of fitting, considering in the Mandalorian show she is definitely looking for Grand Admiral Thrawn. So we do have a
and
fight.
I mean, I definitely remember her finding him where Chewie's dismembered body was on, or not Chewie, 3PO's dismembered body. So
Okay, Justin draws A4 for his destiny. No
all
tricks
right,
or anything from Bastion, so
and Bastion's is just -1, so it's also
it's
a
a 4.
4,
So he,
which means he's stacking one.
yeah,
And Ahsoka's immune,
yeah.
so she's just gonna chill there.
And the other thing is like, okay, so Justin knows that Bastion has a Vader Enforcer in his hand. That might be bad because you can just go Vader Enforcer plus lightsaber from Lost Pile and beat up on Ahsoka.
Yeah,
So Bastion loses a card off of his to I Feel the Conflict. He loses the card off the use pile, so we know it is a We Must Accelerate Our Plans.
I mean you can, but like Vader Enforcer plus Saber is maybe he probably hits Ahsoka,
Mm-hmm.
but Justin might have another deflection here, and he's got enough force saved if he doesn't draw a ton to play it.
Yeah, but I mean, like
The
you were
Battle
saying,
Destiny's -1, so they're effectively about even on power.
mm-hmm. But the immunity of Vader is pretty good.
Yeah, but so is
And
Ahsoka's.
here we go.
I mean,
Oh, there's
Ahsoka's
the Yoda
effectively
Nestler.
immune to 6 as well.
And there's the second blaster deflector. So where is he going? He's moving the stack to
Yep,
Dark.
he's going
Yeah.
to. Yeah, you need to take over. You want to take over the village so you can get prophecy sticking there and start hammering those
Yeah.
drains. And you've got so much power there that you're okay with this.
Yeah. He's sitting at 22-7 right now. I mean, yeah, Maul
And
is
he stacks one with like my father before me, so he can afford the blaster deflection
Well, no, because
next
one
turn.
stacked and he just drew it for Odin Nestler combo.
Yeah, he
Like, is he
may
playing
have
3?
3. He's got. I don't know. So, Carl, if the Vikings aren't in the Super Bowl, I don't really remember who plays there year after year. So we can, again, just enjoy the fact that your college team is better than mine, and we're good. Justin Jefferson balled out last night.
And I love to see
We're
that.
that's he was kind of my homer pick in a few fantasy leagues this year, so I've got him in a few places, and he's a fun. He's fun to watch, and I love the. Even in the post game interview, he was talking about, yeah, Cousins is just throwing some 50-50 balls, and I like I like that level of play. Like that's been a thing with the Vikings for a while, as the quarterbacks are a little too scared to throw those up. Yeah, Carl, I'd assume Vader's coming to the village. I don't think he's leaving Maul alone there.
Nah, you can't leave Maul
So
alone. And I mean, you might evacuate him with the line of debris combo if you're playing it.
that'd be the other option, but like you're gonna have to go back there.
Will you? Yeah.
I mean, he's just giving up the.
Ooh. Sith Fury to
I
put a
think he
Dark
might go
Jedi
get.
to get a Dark
Is he
Jedi.
going to go get Choke Vader, or is he going to go? Yep,
Yeah,
trades Enforcer for Choke Vader.
I like that. I
Wonder if
mean,
he's
if
got a
he's tracking
7
his
in there.
destiny,
Just
you choke. I think if he's tracking his destiny here, you could just choke Luke.
and that might be. He might not even deploy the saber right now because he's only got 4 cards in reserve.
Yeah. Well, I
So
think you get the saber regardless. Oh, clash of sabers from Justin, so
ooh,
Vader cannot fight for the next few turns. That's not good.
that's not good for Bastion, but it does block the drain, which is actually. I mean, small comforts.
Yeah, small.
It blocks the drain.
It blocks the. Well, I don't think Bastion's going to fight here regardless, so it's definitely going to
Yeah,
block the drain because Maul's going to stick around. But then you run into beating down on Maul next turn. So
yeah, yeah. Carl's saying you choke Han. I
no,
honestly, the only one there that I don't care about choking is Chewie.
yeah,
Like Han or Leia are both solid choke options as well.
well, yeah,
So because daughter could easily, come into play and cancel some game text as well.
maybe.
I
I
mean,
think
Luke is the if you have a 7, Luke is the choke for sure.
yeah.
If you know
Well,
you've got a
even
7.
if you 6.5 works,
Yeah.
and I'm almost assuming that Bastion knows what those two destinies are, but that Clash of Sabers definitely set Bastion back because it's on action is on him, and he's
He's
taking his
thinking.
time. He's thinking.
I mean, this is the spot where things get ugly if he's not careful.
Yes, I
He's got
agree.
to have something to do with Maul there. And honestly, like if he doesn't have a way to defend him and he doesn't have something like a Gick, oh, nice,
Or
the
a bunch
Force,
of
because he'll
droids.
be able to protect it for a couple turns.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't necessarily hate him starting the battle here. Like if he doesn't have a way to protect him going out,
You called it.
you start the battle, you kill a couple guys, you servitude a couple
Yeah.
droids to battle damage, and you make Justin, because
Ooh.
Justin's only got 5 cards in hand too. Now he's only got 4.
Yeah, because he plays the dodge.
Yeah, the
So
dodges. So
okay.
it's a 6.5. So it's a 3.5.
Yeah. If he draws
He's
another one, and he takes the droid in
it's still
hand.
only a 7. Luke doesn't get hit.
Okay. Yeah, Luke's not going to be hit here. Now, so you're not losing multiple cards. You're only going to lose maybe one.
Yeah, you're gonna lose one guy, but I mean,
Okay, he draws a 4 for the first Destiny. I mean, Maul is defense value 8, and he's immune to attrition, but I mean, the attrition is not going to come into play. That's going to hit Maul.
yeah,
Unless
that's
that's not good.
that could be big. But like
Okay.
I said, I think Bastion's
Okay.
starting the battle because if he didn't have a way to protect it
Yeah.
next
I
turn, this is do it on your own terms instead of
yeah.
letting Justin drop anything in his hand and potentially even hit you for more overflow.
So Bastion did have the Lana Dobreed combo. So
Yeah,
that's going to allow Maul to retain his forfeit value. It's only a 7, though. So essentially, Maul is right now at 14 to 22 plus a Destiny to Power. And I'm going to assume
yeah, but
Justin has something else here.
the servitudes will cover. I mean, he's going to servitude some droids. He just took the BB-8 into hand,
Yeah.
so he's got servituding 4 there is fine.
That's
Honestly,
18.
with the Lana Dobreed, after he clashed Vader, I think the decision tree he might have been making was, does he Lana Dobreed in front of Ahsoka
True.
and just get Maul out of the way?
But then you can't force servitude. Like,
No, you still could, because
what?
Vader's still there covering it
Oh, okay.
after he clashed him.
There's the
Yep. So there's
Skywalkers. This
Skywalkers.
is, yep, this is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, no,
Justin had
this
everything.
could, yeah, and that might have been. I think Bastion's choice was, yeah, either start the battle and hope, or Dobreed in front of Ahsoka, and
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't know.
only
I mean,
draws a 5, so he's sitting at 19. He's down by 7.
oof.
He's down by 13.
And now, yeah, this is
18.
oof.
22.
Ouch.
That's not good.
32 power.
Oh,
That's
yeah, because each of them's +1.
yeah. Oof. And he does not have the Gick because he's just
Yeah,
there's the
this is going to
BB9,
be
BB9,
rough. BB9.
BB9.
One, two,
Yeah.
three.
Oh, there's the
Oh,
infiltrator.
he's going to be hoping to hit some more BB9s here.
Yeah, he's gotta.
Because he's got to lose 11 on top of this. Lana Dobrik,
Yeah.
must command Sith Infiltrator, Force Field, Blast Door
Oh.
controls. Kylo, Lord Maul still has 11 to go, so he's going to have to lose 4
I wonder
more.
if he's just gonna peel the
Command.
rest of the
Yeah.
damage
And go into game 2.
and take the L because it
Yeah.
keeps one more card out of his loss pile.
Nope.
Oh no. Just wanted that 7 there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So he's down to 6 in Force Servitude is out, Justin. It is on the
yeah, it's at the Ewok Village.
Ewok Village. Now, if Justin's got a sorry about the mess here, you sorry about the mess Vader, cancel the Force Servitude, and drain.
Yeah. Oh, if he's got the sorry, I think that's
I think it's GG anyway.
probably about it. Like, like I said, I'm not sure what Bastion's doing with that 7. And now he draws a few. Like, where are we going with this? Because he's gonna have Justin's gonna have a win by looks like at least 21.
I mean, Justin should be able to walkling here to get it down to 20 or up to 22.
Yeah. That's
It is 21-3, Jared. Bastion has 5 cards in hand. Justin has 3 cards in hand. And remember, Bastion initiated that.
Yeah, I mean, Bastion had to, like we were talking about, Bastion had to make that initiation because if he didn't have anything else to do.
Kraken, or General Kraken coming down to the Ewok Village. Yoda going down to the Death Star throne room. So Justin is clearly spreading at this point.
He couldn't have retrieved either of
puts the
those
card
guys.
back.
So
Yep, he puts the card
puts
back.
the card back. I'm assuming
23.
Walkling back.
Yeah, he should win by 23.
Yeah.
Who says Justin Desai is retired?
I know although
it's a dead horse at this point, but I had to do one last one considering he's up by 22 right now in Life Force.
And I'd assume if Bastion starts drawing, Justin will just walkling.
He came down
one more. He's got no cards in hand.
So Chris Hall, Joker King, he came down turn 3. Yep, there's the walkling.
And yeah. Bastion R2 came down real early. Yep. So Justin by 23.
Wow.
23 with 14 and lost.
To Bastion's 30.
So, yeah, R2 came down real early. We'll kind of give the recap for the people who joined late. R2 came down early along with the Doomstack that's now sitting at the Ewok Village, all on Emperor. And Bastion got out of that one with a force push and just lost Emperor. but then was facing that big drain of 3 until he got first aided over to the Ewok village. A couple skirmishes at the incinerator, a couple things happened. I mean, it was a game that on one hand didn't have a ton of super impactful action, but always was interesting to watch and see where it got going. All right, so it looks like
Yeah.
we got Ral Ops versus 0 Hour.
I mean, no surprise for the Rall Ops, but kind of surprised for the 0 Hour. Knowing that you have to win by 24, do you really want to
Well,
play
but he
the
had to
0
pick
Hour?
this. He had to pick this ahead of time. So, yep,
Oh,
Unita was
that's
on the
true.
throne
That's
room.
true.
That was Unita was on the throne room to allow the get around the +2 from Emperor's Power.
Yeah.
So he went R2 for the +2, and then
Luke for 6.
Luke for 6,
Unita.
and then Unita.
And the best part is he got back the heading for the medical frigate, which he drew us a 5 for Destiny at one point, and played the heading for the medical frigate on the 5 to break the immunity of Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yep.
So
Yeah, 0 Hour definitely has a chance against Rops. I'm, if you had to pick a deck to beat Rops by 25,
ugh.
0 Hour's got a chance, but he's gonna have to get kind of
Yeah.
going.
Okay, so Justin gets out. He uses Endor Shield. He gets out Admiral Piet and Admiral Ozzel. Both players get their grabber out as well. Here we go. Game 2 of the OCS Finals. Will it be Justin Desai? Will it be Bastian Winkelhaus on an epic comeback?
And Justin's also got Veers that he commanded for right away as well. So he's got
a good start.
This is probably not the start Bastian was hoping to see Justin drop. Although there's the prefect's office, so
Prefect's office into the executor docking bay.
Yep.
And he's got the other spaceport docking bay, so pretty good start for Justin. Yeah, Bastian had a pretty good comeback against Bill Kafer in their match, so
that was by 19, wasn't it? He lost the first game by. So yeah, I mean Bastian would definitely I don't think Bastian really needs to do anything to cement the one of the best players in the world all time.
There's a spaceport city from his hand. So Commander Desai joins Admiral Piet.
So he can go start getting his shuttles and going. Like Justin got a lot going early, which is
pretty good for him.
Yeah, definitely solid. But again, like open handing 2 sites doesn't feel great.
Well, yeah, opening hand. I mean, but at the same time, though, I mean, you get out that extra activation, so you can do more next turn. So, but like you were saying, but the fact is, he has Veers, he had Piet, and he had Ozzel, so he should be able to flip early next turn. And the fact that, I know that Bastion's going to get the additional damage from the 0 Hour objective, but it's not really going to come into play with Ralltiir or Rall Ops.
Yeah.
So, So, and I agree with Justin in the chat.
I will say I don't think Justin's going to be able to get Decree in play.
No, it's going to be hard.
So, 0 Hour is going to get their drains of onesie twosie going there because they'll get the +1 at all of them. Yeah, I don't hate opening handing 1, especially when you want to flip early. Open handing 2 doesn't feel great.
Yeah, open hand.
It's not horrible, but it's
I was gonna say open-handing the extra docking bay is the one. Like getting the extra just spaceport city is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bastion gets out the capital city as well as Ezra's Roost, and
Ooh,
and he has Tarkin Sound. So all three sites. There's the this is our
going with.
rebellion.
And Justin doesn't have any
No,
force to
he doesn't.
grab.
And Bastion still has 10 force to work with this turn, so we might
Yeah.
maybe he will see like a Hera and a Ghost this turn. I mean, that would be really good here because being that Justin's playing Ral Ops, all of the characters are Imperial, so Hera
Imperial.
would get a Destiny
Hera's
with her.
drawing. Yeah.
But
But I mean, Justin's
I think you want to
going to
get
be going
Kanan.
Emperor.
Yeah, but I think you want to get Kanan first. So,
Yeah.
but we'll see. No, never mind. This is
This
my
is my
ship.
ship. So they're dropping for what, like 2 force total
Three,
at Lothal? Three,
I
yeah.
think it's
Ghost.
3 or 4 because they errata.
3.
Okay, so it is 3.
Yep.
So the Phoenix Squadron operations was errata, so it no longer affects Hera.
And there's Radis as a co-pilot on the Ghost just to
Yeah,
get that ability. Throw
and
some forfeit fodder on there. Well,
and
yeah,
then you
Radis
have
isn't. It's
Rebel
not forfeit
leadership,
fodder.
so you can with the
You can add one.
you can add one. You can because you can't limit on the 7th side of your objective, so you would add one. Right now, he's sitting at 2
Yep.
destiny, so
And chat's kind of chatting that they need an answer for Emperor's Shuttle. And yeah, that's Emperor's Shuttle at Lothal with like Tarkin as a pilot.
it's 3 destiny.
It's going to be tough to,
Yeah.
it's 3 Destiny. It's going to be plus 3 or 4 probably from Ralltiir, but then it's going to be -1 to each of them with Ghost there. So it'll kind of wash, but it's still 3
But then
Destiny
you
is
also
going to
have
be.
like whatever once he's on the 7th side of the objective, you can subtract equal to the number of the Lothal locations, I think.
Locations occupied by battlegrounds occupied by Phoenix characters.
Okay, so I mean that's still pretty good. But
Yeah, because if you take your Phoenix guys even off Lothal,
yeah,
if you're flipped, you still get the benefit. So there's Aradu, which I think makes sense. You're not Bastion's not really leaving Lothal with
yeah.
much of his space.
Now
Yep, that was Radis on the Ghost as well, just for the free deploy, puts leadership in play for an extra destiny.
yeah, I
Might
mean
be pulling a Corvette, but I don't know.
maybe
Like that might just be a
maybe Lightmaker because you want to clear the immunity to
yeah.
attrition on the Emperor Shuttle. There's Emperor Shuttle going down to Iriadu. I like how in this game both players are generating 18 force right now, where in the last
Yeah.
game, players were getting like what 13
Yeah, they were
each.
both a little bit choked last game, it felt like.
Yep, Emperor comes down for 2.
So
Yeah, I can
the
see
the thing
Rogue
with
One.
Lightmaker the thing with Lightmaker is Emperor still forfeits for 9.
True. I mean, the other
But
thing is
like
like you can pool.
and he just stacked one on sand.
Yeah,
So you just all right, fine, I'll lose the Emperor for 9 and here's another Emperor.
yeah. But I do like okay, there's the Ninth Sister, but I do like with the Phoenix Squadron operations, you can pull A wings, so you can crack it that way. So yeah, I mean maybe we could see like Rogue One, Admiral Ozzel onto the shuttle. So there's the extra destiny, and now
Yeah.
Imperial Command's in play up there.
Yeah. No, this
And
is
Justin spreading onto
and I
Lothal
assume
or
Justin's
onto
gonna
Ralltiir.
flip
So
here. Yep.
Veer's going down. So, I mean, he just docking bay transit the Piet and the Desai over to that little docking bay, and you pass turn.
Yeah. Probably throw out Battle Order, Battle Plan as well, just to
Eh,
stop the Lothal drain.
yeah, maybe. I don't think Justin cares really too much, just because
Yeah,
like you can start
it's a
getting
drain
cards
of
back
one
with
right
it. Yeah,
now,
you can
and
swap,
yeah.
and no, it's a drain of 0. It's a drain of
Oh yeah, good
0.
point. That's
But interesting to
yeah. I
see.
mean, Justin went a little light there. Like he's flipped, but he has no force saved and 2 cards in hand.
Yeah,
And Bastion's got 18 force. Like if Bastion's going to get a beatdown in, this is the shot.
yeah, and he's going to need a beatdown. I think he's going to need a
He's going to need
beatdown.
a beatdown.
But
And does he?
he needs like what,
I
like
mean,
the
it
cheap.
almost has to go to the sister at the city. That's
Yeah.
where Justin's weakest with the combo of playing forfeit, power and forfeit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, does 0 Hour have enough to put that beat down in play? I don't know.
It's possible. I mean, if you can go, like, I still want to see Kanan's a good card here, followed by if he can get like Ezra and somebody else cheap down to Lothal. Like, okay, here we go, Zeb coming down for 3,
There's Zeb.
and then if you go
Means he
like,
didn't have Kanan in hand though, because he would have put Kanan down first.
yeah, yeah, you want to get Kanan out
So
first so you can draw cards.
yeah, and that might be the thing is, if Bastion, that's the one thing 0 Hour can occasionally do is just if you don't get the combo pieces you need right, it can be tough. And Justin is definitely forcing the action right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I'm flipped, I'm ready to go, and that's all I can do.
Yeah, because with 0 Hour, you really can't mitigate any of the damage because you can't play projection, you can't play Menace Fades. I mean, I know Menace Fades really doesn't come into play in this matchup, except for at Iriaidu, but
yeah, I mean, the issue is, do you go with
okay.
0 Hour and
There's Rogue One.
give up on Lothal to an extent and just say, look, I need to go take down. That's a little spicy.
That is. I mean, I know Spies.
Yeah, but like he could have done that straight to Ralltiir with a pilot.
Yeah, I know. The fact that he's
and
going
it
down
wouldn't
to
have
the
mattered.
system.
So it might have just been a play it now to plan for next turn. Yep.
Looks like that's what he's doing. That's interesting.
Yeah, Bastion's just drawing a few. What is Gemp bugged? Oh, okay. Rogue One won't deploy to Ralltiir.
The heck?
All right.
That's bad.
That's an interesting bug.
Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that at all.
That's all right. Well,
okay then. So
learn something new.
Yeah.
So
Bastion draws cards. He's at 22 in Life Force.
All right. Apparently, everyone in chat knew about this. I haven't played Rel Ops or 0 Hour enough to.
I haven't known
ever have it come into play.
I was gonna say I've never seen that. So yeah, I agree, Justin. If this was game 1, seeing game 2, but I think if you're Justin Desai, knowing the what you're playing, that you're playing Hitco, and Bastion is most likely on Brigham because he plays it a lot, like you said. Why not go with Hitco? See what you can do. Just because, you're really he's really good with Rops. He just won Worlds with it, so why not go game 2 with Rops?
Yeah.
It seems like our team Garrett is a little behind the times because Justin Mishiro didn't know about it either.
And Justin's kind of the guy on our team I count to know things.
I know.
So I'm actually a little disappointed in him.
I
So
know.
Justin, we're cutting your pay for this month. Just a
Yeah.
fair warning.
Okay, there's the drain of Iriadu. There goes Hojix, and out of nowhere, dodge from hand. I mean, Bastian's taken 5 this turn, and unfortunately, he really can't take any damage.
No. Like, he's already below 23.
I mean, he's got a 19 card hand, though.
Yeah. But that means he's got to get some of that hand back into his life force.
Yes.
Well,
Too
Justin,
bad.
I'm sorry, but I'm cutting that $0 pay until you are on top of known bugs. Like, that's just, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay. There's a card I really like in 0 Hour, Ascension Guns V from hand.
I like that a lot. 0 Hour and QMC. I like seeing it. Just any deck where you know your opponent's coming after you, and you kind of know your opponent's got to come to you is solid. Although this is the one match where I definitely think Justin,
I don't think he cares.
Doesn't need to come after him, especially with the knowledge of all he has to do is not lose by 23.
Yeah. Okay, so
like if Justin just sits on Ralltiir and says, all right, let's trade drains, he's going to win.
Yeah.
So that might be why that Ascension Guns just never, Bastian might have correctly surmised that was never going to come into play.
True. Okay, so he also loses no escape and combined fleet action. There's another Vader shuttle coming down, so I like this because Justin can just pile on the shuttle, move guys up to Ralltiir, and block it there.
Yeah, and it gives him another location.
Yeah.
For the Battle Destiny, so even if Bastian spreads and gets the +4 from the ability to -4 with 0 Hour.
And the thing is, like, he throws
right
the
back
Zon
on
up
the
there,
+4.
knowing that you can't deploy to Ralltiir. I mean, I don't know if he's taking advantage of the bug or what, but having that Rogue One at the docking bay.
I mean, Rogue One is stuck.
Yeah.
So, like, he doesn't have any. He's not running Tanev.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the other way to go get to Ralltiir. All right, so getting back the 6.
And he plays Antilles maneuver here.
Yep. So he activates 17, and then that bottom card is 6-5, which is pretty.
Yeah. Actually, I think I like that because you get the 6 back, and if you can get it into your hand, you then go up to but you have to control the site or control the system, or no, you occupy. So if you can get the Rogue One up to Ralltiir, he's only drawing 1 Destiny there.
Yeah, but Justin's got the ability to draw more than 1 with Tarkin. But on the rest of it, he's not really trying to draw more than 1. He's just drawing 1 and adding 4 or 5 to it.
I mean, it does stop from like Imperial Command where General Veers is.
Yeah. But Veers, I mean, Justin just drew a bunch of cards. His ideal is put Veers on Blizzard 1, and then he gets 2 either way.
The other thing is that vehicles come into play. So maybe we'll see like some speeders or Rogue, Blue 11, or maybe
Blue 11, Dash and Rogue 12.
Dash and Rogue 12. I would love to see somebody play the VX4 speeders, but I know that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, these guys are really good, Dan. I don't think that's going to.
I know. Like, I was hoping Desai would have like made some kind of tweaks on those in this tweak set, but no. Chris Kelly's like, oh, this card's perfect how it is.
No dream cards.
Okay, there's the Insurrection.
I mean,
Destiny.
I'll be honest, as we're kind of waiting to see what's going on here, I've been pretty darn happy with the tweak set. I mean, I've been around long enough through, one reset and one redo, and I like.
Don't let Kendall know
I
about this.
enjoy bringing some of the things down a little bit and kind of figuring out the like, okay, maybe we went a little too strong and a lot of stuff got built based on that other stuff being a little too strong, and bringing everything back down a little bit. I know we were, sitting at Worlds chatting with Chris on Sunday night before I went and got my red eye flight, and a lot of what we kind of talked about I'm seeing. So
Yeah.
it either tells me Chris really took that conversation to heart, or much more likely it was already in play and he just wasn't going to tell my dumbass. So
No, I'm almost positive he took it to heart because there was a lot of good discussion at that. I know I was involved in a lot of the after Sunday games and not mostly on the discussion, but from what I've heard and what I've heard people say after the fact, Chris definitely took a lot of what was said to heart, and a lot of those changes that we're seeing, and a lot of the feedback that we've seen, a lot of the communications between everything that I've seen shows that the advocates, the design, are willing to adjust the game as much as they can to make it better for everybody, and I love that.
oh, I agree. The advocates we have now are, just awesome people in general, but definitely look out for, hey, let's do what's best for the game, and they don't have the ego stake in it. They're
Uh,
willing to say, hey, this is what we need to do. So it looks like Kanan comes down to the office, which is a good start, but I
yeah,
gotta, where else are you going here?
yeah, he needs more. I mean, he's still going to be able to draw a card off the top of his use pile with Kanan.
Oh, and there's a
Looks he missed
request
it
to
or
revert.
something. Bastion asking a revert. That I don't see a lot of. Uh,
And Justin allows it because they're both playing like gentlemen here. If no,
that's what it is. Bastion forgot to drain, I believe. Maybe
yeah, but
he's
they'd
trying.
both be zeros. So
No, it'd be a drain of one at Lothal, or it'd be a drain of zero at. Oh, he's not flipped. That's right.
he's not flipped. They're both zeros.
Yeah,
So I don't know what he's.
yeah, that's not a point. I don't know what
And
he's
he
trying to.
just went back to deploy.
Yeah.
So
While Bastion is circling back to his deploy phase, uh, the Santa Jared Napolitano League, speaking of the advocates, is live on GEMP. So if you want more foils, in-person foils even, go ahead and spend some 15 gold off of GEMP and get yourself involved in that league. I know it's like I know there's not a lot going on outside of like the Champions League, which is live right now as well, but go ahead and play. Get out there and play more games on GIMP. The other, I don't know if it's official yet, but speaking of the Champions League, Jared went ahead and emailed everybody saying that the tweak set is looking to be live sometime early in December. And I'm,
I heard December 12th. Are they pushing it quicker than that? I mean,
I think, yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's December 12th. Chris Kelly went ahead and posted in the tweak set more like a fleek set. I don't know what that is. What he's meaning by
see, you
that?
need to have teenage kids on fleek means you're looking good. I'm
Well, I don't look good.
so, and I only know that because somehow my kids said it once, and now I tell them all the time. And I ask them if I'm on fleek, and the answer is generally no, which I'd be offended if I was, if it
I don't
wasn't
know.
right.
Could be.
All right, so he's got the flip now.
And Wedge, Theronet, deploy. Ahsoka comes down as well. So the only thing I don't like here is if Justin has an Imperial command, he can still get one Destiny, and that would get rid of one of those two. Okay,
Well,
or
he's
he just
no, he
plays.
just sands
Yeah, he just sands. Now he can't cancel the Destiny.
to protect it.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't like that because he's still okay. Bastion draws a 4. and you can't even 0 hour or Liberation of Lothal to subtract.
Yeah.
And it's a
I'm
2.
just turns into a 6, which is fine
Yeah.
because Theron will forfeit for 6.
And I mean, Justin's gonna have to lose one of those two characters, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but Wedge sitting there alone is not a good.
Well, you move Wedge over to the Rogue One and shuttle up.
And then take off.
Yeah, but again,
Yeah, I
Wedge by himself,
guess.
and he doesn't draw Destiny.
Wedge, when piloting, draws one if unable to otherwise.
I thought it was only on the other just his ship.
No, Wedge, that's Master Wedge.
Master Wedge?
Wedge always gets a battle destiny.
Oh, yeah.
So
This is why I'm terrible at this game.
yeah, that's the no Kanan. I mean, he originally deployed Kanan and then backed it up, and I think he realized he couldn't afford Kanan and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So he went the other direction. But like Justin's got 13 cards in hand right now.
I mean, both of them have big hands.
Yeah, but Bastion's spread out thin. Like Ahsoka's nice, but Ahsoka by herself is.
Okay. So Bastion leaves Wedge there.
That's fine. He's sitting on narrow escape or dodge.
Yeah, he's got to have some sort of evasion here, and I think this is why he's as thin as he is. I mean, Bastion is going to be losing to drains of 2 and 1, though.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, he's extremely thin.
Yeah, I'm sure he's sitting on some sort of, multiple evasion tricks.
Yeah.
But like those are keep him alive tricks. They're not win him the game tricks.
That's the
and
biggest
I'm
problem.
not sure. He's not doing a lot right here.
Oh, the other thing. Okay, I just noticed that. Iriadu says you have to control 3 battlegrounds. Yeah, if Imperials control 3 battlegrounds, Justin doesn't control 3 battlegrounds. He only controls 2.
Yeah, so he keeping Wedge there basically blocked a drain of 2.
Yeah.
To block the one at the system or the one at the site and the extra one at.
And he does,
Aradu, which is good. Like, I mean,
he doesn't drain at Ralltiir, the spaceport docking bay. Interesting.
Well, he's still in. Oh, he skipped out of control. I was going to say he's still in control, but he's not. That's a little bit of a surprise. And there's Thrawn.
V.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
And the Grand Inquisitor.
That's actually more really my concern. Like, Justin's going to put it. Okay, and there's Decree, which actually he does satisfy right now.
Yeah. We were saying that he might not, but he is.
Well, he is for the moment, but if he moves Wedge into Rogue One and takes off,
yeah,
he won't.
Wedge is going to get beat down here, maybe.
No, Wedge is going to narrow escape or dodge away. Well, we had to assume there was a way for Wedge to avoid the beatdown.
Now,
Ahsoka's looking a little.
Yeah, Ahsoka's looking a little sus.
Yeah, like unless he's got a second dodge or escape, and again he's just kind of.
Yeah, he did save 2 force, so he could play another narrow escape, being that it is a used interrupt, and
looks like Justin was sitting thinking on grabbing that for a little while.
Yeah.
Which is not a terrible.
No,
would not have been a terrible grab.
A great grab, because if Bastion had another one, he wouldn't be able to play it.
Yeah. Although I'm assuming he's also got dodge, like, because you don't want Ahsoka just.
Yeah, but a dodge is a react, and you can cancel that with some cards.
Yeah. Oh, it's. He went thin, I think, hoping Justin wouldn't have enough characters to force the issue at 2 sites.
Yeah. But I mean, Justin had a pretty stacked hand.
Yeah, that was the Bastion needs to win by 24.
True.
He had to play this. I think if this would have been the first game, it plays very differently.
Oh yeah,
because Bastion probably can ignore Ralltiir to an extent and just goes to take out, keep Decree from being in play and trade drains. But without that, this is where match play stuff comes into play. Like it's not an
yeah.
easy. So there was the second card off course and rough. So
So you can't
that does mean
subtract.
Bastion can now start messing with destinies,
Yep. There's an imbalance
but that'll
combo.
be an 8 for put him at power 20.
Which, I mean, it gets around Ahsoka, it gets around the liberation of Lothal. So smart play by Justin. Because the thing is, Bastion's going to have to lose the Ahsoka, and then he's going to lose another force on top of it.
Very likely. Because,
And
yeah, so Ahsoka's
and he's down by 10.
draws 5. So, yeah, he's Ahsoka and 3. And he already lost the Hujix.
He might be playing two. There goes
Maybe. I'm.
there goes the Ninth Sister. Uh, Justin does exchange Palpatine from his hand with Kir Kanos. Uh, Sad to see no Imperial enforcement for Justin because he could redraw some of the Imperials that he would draw for Destiny, and he would be able to start retrieving Imperials as well.
I mean, I know he's got it in the deck. We saw it, or I'm assuming he does. We saw it the last couple games.
Yeah.
He just didn't get to it yet.
Okay, there goes an
And,
Umita.
like,
Bastion sitting at 23 exactly in his life force. And like we've
yeah.
all said, there's not a lot. I don't think there's almost any retrieval in the 0 hour outside of Walkling, and he already spent that.
And, I mean, he can Ezra back one Phoenix Squadron character once.
And I don't think he's lost any, really.
Not yet, but he will at some point. Like,
Yeah.
but that's a.
There goes Baze
There's
Malbus. There
Chopper,
goes Chopper. So I can get Chopper back.
who's cute, but not a.
Not really impact. Well, I mean, he can cancel the game text of some characters, I believe.
Yeah, he's a Phoenix Squadron character, so you have him in the
And there
deck,
goes,
and I guess
and there goes for combined
he'd
fleet
add to
action.
Rogue One.
Can cancel the game text of a character's ability of less than 3. So,
Yeah,
Tarkin?
Tarkin's ability 3.
Yeah. Or ability less than 4, I'm sorry.
Oh
So,
yeah,
yeah.
Tarkin, or he throws him on Rogue One to get it, power and defense value +2,
True.
which is fine. But and I mean, in that he deploys cheap because Chopper's a spy. I think, yeah,
Yeah.
it drops
And
for 1 there, but that seems pretty.
I think it drops for 2,
Well, he drops for 1 on Rogue One. Spies deploy -1 on Rogue One.
but then he gets -1 from the effect.
Oh, so then he comes for 0. All right.
Yeah. Justin does get out his code clearance shield. So if Bastion has like a Jedi levitation, that
Okay,
would
there's
start power
a.
retrieval there. And here we go. Hanshu the Falcon going down to Iriadu.
So now that he's got 0 hour in play,
Yeah. I mean, Bastion's getting a Destiny to power. Justin's getting 2 Destiny there. No response
yeah, but
from
it's
Justin.
more Justin's fully immune,
That's the issue.
and he can just draw the issue here is Justin can draw Destiny, swap an Imperial for Palpatine,
And get another. Yeah.
and lose Palpatine to cover 9 forfeit, and just keep doing that forever.
Yeah. You kind of want to
Like,
see the A Wings that. What is it?
Tycho and Ship. And,
Yeah, Tycho or Green Leader and Gold or in Green One. But yeah, as Joker King in the chat says, there you got to assume an Imperial command here as well.
yeah. Oh, I think Bastion is hoping and reaching at this point. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think this is it's Ozzel and the shuttle, it's Ozzel and Palpatine. Like, I think Bastion's just making the plays that we're like, well, maybe this will work.
Mm-hmm.
because they're not necessarily ideal, but
Yeah.
there's only so much you can do,
Leia going down in front of the Grand Inquisitor.
which is cute. Like, I guess it kills the Grand Inquisitor. You put Leia where there's only one character, so when you draw, you gotta
I mean,
you
he's
can wipe the
forfeit
site.
or he's immune to attrition less than 4. So, I mean, you got to track
Yeah.
at 5 on that. We go into the move phase. Wedge hops onto Rogue One. I mean, there's no other pilot on that, so.
Well, again, I mean, Wedge draws if not able to otherwise,
True.
and it's immune to less than 6. But like
Well,
6 is pretty attainable with Relops. Like, he's drawing at +4.
yeah, unless a Dark
So
Jedi
even
is
if he
there.
subtracts 3 with subtracts 3 with the
Yeah.
0 hour, he's still potentially cracking that immunity.
Yeah. I mean,
So yeah, I mean, I feel like Bastion's right now just scrambling to get around to Radu, and
yeah.
it's
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Justin going down with like a Darth Vader onto Vader's shuttle just to get rid of the immunity.
yeah.
Force him to lose the wedge.
I mean,
I think it'd be cute, but I don't think it's needed at this point because Bastion's at 17.
yeah.
I mean, I honestly at this point, I mean, hand in life, Bastion is sitting at 27. So I think once.
Yeah.
So.
Excuse me. Yeah, no, I don't foresee Bastion conceding. Like, that's not really Bastion's nature necessarily.
True.
But I'm not seeing, without knowing Bastion's deck, because obviously we go into this not knowing the decks card for card.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a lot of retrieval possibilities for 0 hour that are going to make it possible for him to come back to this. Like, chat was talking about maybe an On the Edge, which, yeah, I mean, in a deck full of Rebels, On the Edge isn't a terrible ad, but like Justin's already got code clearance out.
Yeah.
So you'll On the Edge once, and then any other retrieval you got is done.
Yeah, and it's not like you can then retrieve the On the Edge because it's stacked on the code clearance. And I know the chat is saying that Justin's drawing at +4. I'm just saying it'd be cute. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Not that I know it's a good play.
The +4 there would force Bastion to 0 hour to 0 hour back down by 3.
Yes.
And I think Justin's exactly right, and it's a point we made a little bit earlier. I think this is a game Bastion. This is a matchup Bastion can win. I don't know it's a matchup that Bastion can comfortably win by 24.
Yeah.
And the game plan is so different when you have to win big.
Yep.
And he does it. Vader, I think just for
does
giggles.
It.
Well, I mean, that also it forces the 0 hour to be used somewhere else. Like,
yeah.
The Vader's cute with the opponent must have ability greater than 5 to draw Destiny, but Wedge draws if not able to otherwise, so he's always getting it.
I'm just saying, I love it.
Oh, thematically.
And there it is. So you said it, Bastion.
Wow.
But Bastion does concede over to Justin. He says it in the chat. GG, congrats on his last title. So Justin Desai will end his career on a high note. What a punctuation. You win Worlds and you win the OCS.
I mean, if you're going to go out, this is a go out in style.
Timo, get out of the game, Timo. But wow, what a game. What a good finish. Like, I mean, the game 1 definitely set the tone at this point, like you were saying. But definitely two match like I wasn't really like I was expecting Rops, and I kind of was expecting the Bring Him Before Me from Bastion, but I was definitely not expecting Hitko, and I was kind of not expecting 0 Hour.
And I think, like we said, the 0 Hour, if this had been the match played first, Bastion plays it wildly differently, and I think Bastion can win the game by 10-ish or so force.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like Bastion's positioned and the way the decks play out, I think 0 Hour can beat Rops.
Yeah.
Just not by 25.
Yep, I agree.
And that was going to be the kicker. And yeah, the Hitco versus Bring Him was
different.
If you missed stuff, the replays will be up on YouTube. I know
probably very soon.
JNAP gets those up real quick and does an awesome job. Talking about advocates who do awesome work and do it quickly. Like JNAP's going to have these up on YouTube pretty darn quick, and
I'm going to have them up as soon as we end the stream.
It'll be fun to watch. Oh yeah, you do that too. So I am technologically impaired, so I just smile and watch YouTube, and everybody's happy. So no, this was a heck of a way to end the season. It's been fun commentating with you. We'll kind of start watching for the Champions League as that starts getting closer to an end with the whole World Cup.
Yeah, make sure you guys watch USA versus England today. I know that's not in the Star Wars universe, but that's going to be a fun one. Hopefully that's going to be a fun watch. But make sure you guys get your Taco Bell Thanksgiving tournament in. That's being ran right now. The Champions League is still going on. We've had one game so far. David Center upset Eric Hunter. It was Obi-Wan commuting versus Rops. That was a crazy game. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun stuff's going on. The Santa J Nap Foil Fest is still going on. Make sure you guys play in that if you're in it. And just have fun with Star Wars.
For sure. I hope everybody had a good holiday. Have a good weekend. Again, one last congrats to Justin if you're going to go out.
Yeah. What a way to
go out in style, but I kind of hope you hang around and still show up to events. Justin's good people, and I like having him in the community. So
yeah,
well, we can hope for that. But everybody have a great weekend.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Tune into Hollow Theater on Tuesday. New time, new place. We'll have some people trying to stream some of the Champions League games. And that's all I got. You got anything else, Garrett?
No, keep an eye out. We already talked about. Do we need to do a? We need to do a token, don't we?
Huh?
We totally forgot a token. That's on us.
It is.
What was there a card that was impactful that hasn't been used as a token?
Yeah.
Really before, like I feel like Blaster Deflection's probably been used as a token before.
Definitely.
I
know it's a card that's almost in every deck, but I still like the play that Justin did. Heading for the Medical Frigate on the Destiny of 5 that he was able to track around to get rid of Vader. I think that was the really good. Getting rid of that first Vader was really strong because it got rid of the Force Servitude as well.
And I think Heading for the Medical Frigate is probably one we've never tokened before.
Probably.
So that seems like a solid token. Like you said, it's a card that, used to be in every deck, and now it's down to, probably 50% of decks. But I think that's a solid little token option. So Heading for the Medical Frigate, if you're doing the token.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Somebody already threw it in there. I was just typing it into chat.
R2D2
to the throne room was, but
of?
R2D2 might have been tokened before.
Yeah.
Like I like using Heading because it was a surprising play. Like it was a big brain play that, the R2V is that's coming. You kind of expect that. The Heading, getting back and then using Heading like that was a real strong play. I liked it, and it works as a good token card, and we'll well, we will get to the next one. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure you say you like, follow the PC on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, obviously, and everybody else. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, may the force be with you.
for sure.